one can't help but look up in wonder at the scale and scope of human ingenuity. Nearly 830 meters tall, the Burj Khalifa in Dubai was built to grab the world's attention. A beacon of glass and steel, the tallest building on the planet dominates the skyline of the most populous city in the United Arab Emirates. It stands as a symbol of the city's rapid rise.
There's always something hyperbolic about Dubai's approach to projects. You do it to become an icon, to have an iconic landmark, something that people remember, something that draws a crowd. There's an old saying, if you build it, they will come. And there's an element of that perhaps the rulers knew as they undertook some of these projects.
It was a vision made of skyscrapers, artificial islands, and luxury living. And despite a real estate crash that hit the city 8 years ago, this remains a land of breakneck development and constant transformation.
If you are a manufacturing economy or a purely oil-dependent economy, then global shifts and global volatility in demand can actually very much derail your growth. Dubai is reinventing itself in even shorter generational cycles. Let's say of every 5 years they're doing something new.
It's really the survival of the fittest. The strength comes in that ability to readapt quickly.
As Dubai's rulers reach for even greater heights, we chart the evolution of one of the fastest growing cities on Earth and find out what's next for this 21st century vision in the desert. For many of us, Dubai seemed to arrive on the world stage fully formed. An instant global metropolis, complete with a futuristic skyline and record-setting skyscrapers. In about 5 decades, what was once a sleepy outpost in the desert has risen to become one of the most visited and most talked about cities in the world.
Historically, cities emerge organically. It takes 1,000 years to become London. It takes centuries to become New York. It takes millennia to become Rome. And Dubai has been an organic emergence that's simply gone very, very quickly in the past generation because of global markets, particularly energy and transshipment. There is one view that, of course, this has all happened way too quickly. It's been breakneck urban development and construction and real estate in a very volatile context.
I think Dubai creates its own city. We learn from the great cities, but we also sort of craft our own image and also our own benchmarks. There are certainly things that we could do better. There are certainly things that we could learn from others to continue to improve. But I think it's about wanting to be the best that you could possibly be. And I think that's what drives us as well.
To understand Dubai's rapid rise, we have to look to its past. Long before oil and gas, Dubai depended on the sea, and evidence of the city's maritime history can be found here at the creek.
The creek is where it all began. The international trading relationships that have made Dubai the global gateway that it is today, that all began here in the creek.
Historian Peter Hellier has lived in the UAE for over 40 years. He is passionate about the country's seafaring heritage and believes the history of the Gulf state is often misunderstood.
A lot of people look from overseas and think that before oil, there was nothing here. That just isn't true. There is also a very fundamental element of a maritime relationship. There's always been a trade of little boats crossing the Arabian Gulf, going to Iran, nearby parts of Pakistan, as they do today. But it's not just within the Arabian Gulf. There are records from China of Arabs from the southern Gulf reaching all the way to Canton 2,000 years ago.
For centuries, the creek was the home of Bedouin fishermen, and pearl diving was the mainstay of the Dubai economy. Foreign trade started flowing in 100 years ago when the Emirate abolished all custom duties on imports, opening up Dubai to merchants from the region and beyond.
These towers we have here are the famous wind towers of Dubai. These towers mark the movement of families from Iran at the end of the 19th century who brought the trading skills to Dubai. And this is when Dubai really began to grow. I do love looking at the boats along the creek in Dubai, moving around in this part of the Indian Ocean as they have done for hundreds of years.
While thousands of dhows still navigate the creek, they are being replaced by larger commercial ships, which can better satisfy the demand of a fast-growing city. As their role diminishes, so does the art of making these wooden vessels. What remains of the craft can be found in Jadaf, Dubai's historic shipbuilding quarter. Here, third-generation dhow builder Ahmed Obaid is adding the finishing touches to the world's largest wooden dhow.
احنا بوتنا كانوا في الغوص، يدودنا كانوا في البحر، وعاشوا ناس عاشوا عيشة تعبانة. من هاي الناحية بدينا نسوي الشغلة هذه وبدينا نبني المحمل هذا على أساس إنه في طموح، في حب للشغلة هاي. فهي عادة أصبحت عادة تمشي في الدم في العروق.
Aside from an electric woodcutter and a few basic tools, this vessel has been built by hand. Following a design and traditional techniques Ahmed learned from his father.
تعلمناها، ما في عندنا احنا مهندسين، ما عندنا احنا خرائط نشتغل عليها، هي كلها شغلة كلها بالخبرة، وهي فنية أكثر عما تكون هندسية.
A modern adaptation, Ahmed is adding steel to the wooden structure. This dhow will be larger and stronger than a traditional one, and it will be able to carry 4 times as much cargo in and out of Dubai's docks. Like other dhow traders, Ahmed has to adapt his craft in the hope to find new markets.
أول كانت الشغلة معتمدة على 4 أو 5 خطوط، أصبح الحين حاليا من دبي لين اليمن، من دبي لين الصومال، عندك خطين بس لا أكثر ولا أقل. هاي شغلتنا، شغلة أبوتنا، شغلة أجداد، فما نقدر نتركها.
Ahmed wishes to honor the legacy of his forefathers by earning a place in the Guinness Book of Records.
نبغي دائما ننظر للمقولة مال الشيخ محمد بن راشد، يقول احنا انا وشعبي نحب الرقم 1، فاحنا نبغي ندخل تراثنا، ندخل مصنعنا، ندخل اسم ابونا، ندخل اسم بلادنا، مجموعة Guinness Book of Records.
It's the embodiment of a vision and ambition that has underlined Dubai's growth and transformation for decades.
The UAE likes to be noticed. It's not just building tall buildings like the Burj Khalifa, it's building a new way of doing things. It's capitalizing on the history, on the heritage of the past, to see how can that be used. If you don't have the ambition, then you're just not going to achieve things. Dubai certainly has ambition, as does the rest of the United Arab Emirates.